be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Anakin, may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you, Master.
May the Force be with you both.
May the Force be with you, Master.
May the Force be with you.
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 May the Force be with you. May the Force be with you. May the Force be with us all.
Obi-Wan, may the Force be with you.
Goodbye, old friend. May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you. Always.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you. And remember, the Force will be with you. Always.
May the Force be with us.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
The Force will be with you. Always.
And may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Remember, the Force will be with you. Always.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with us.
May the Force be with you.
And may the Force be with us.
Hey, what's up guys? It's May the 4th, 2021 and it's time to present to you my selection of the best heavy metal albums for the previous month, meaning April. Let's start with 5 honorable mentions, meaning that April has been just as crazy as January and February and March were crazy. It's the first third of the year gone, and how many albums did we have? Honestly, so far for the year, it's just crazy. And April was there, standing high with all this great stuff. And it was quite a tough work for me to select the 10 best albums. But first, the 5 that follow, the 5 albums that follow, are 5 that I think are worth a listen or even a couple of listens, but were not, as high as the 10 that I'm gonna rank in the second part of this video. So let's go for it, and here are my 5 honorable mentions for April 2021. Now, I have to confess that, you know, in these 5 albums, there's a couple of them which I honestly thought that I was gonna put them really in the main ranking and really maybe higher than that. But yeah, it's as I said, it was so tough, you know, to select only 10 albums. So you know how it works. You rediscover an album, you re-listen to it again and again, and sometimes the order changes. And yeah, with the releases that we had this week, you know, if you missed my latest weekly releases video, you know, you can find it on the catalog of the channel. But yeah, there were so many new releases last week. So yeah, it's ça a tout chamboulé, quoi. Voilà. It just put the mess, you know, in my order, and even my number 1 has changed. If you've seen my if you watch my latest release video, I think you have a pretty good idea of which album is gonna be at the first spot this month. But we are not done yet with let's things just start getting started now, and yeah, it's gonna be a good party time with these 10 albums, and yeah, I hope that this ranking satisfies you, and please, you know, be tolerant. It's my own taste, so maybe your ranking will be a lot different than mine, and yeah, it's just please respect my choices as I would respect yours. So let's get this party started with my number 10.
Are you ready?
Number 10, it's Woad with the third album, Burn in Many Mirrors. It's a band actually from Manchester in the UK, and it's black metal, of course. And this album, Burn in Many Mirrors, composed of 6 tracks with a total playing time of 39 minutes, perfect length. So it's great. It's it's like tracks between 5 and 6 minutes. Maybe 7, and yeah, it's black metal, but sometimes you have some, some atmospheric stuff. Sometimes you have really wild stuff, and yeah, you can say that it's pure black metal, but it's also combined with different other elements. And this album has really grown on me. You know, it's the kind of album that the more you listen to it, you know, the more you really like it. And yeah, I thought it really deserved the 10th spot of this ranking. So going on with number 9.
There will kill
this month the opportunity, the huge opportunity to talk to them. It's Akevel, so it's a French death metal band from south of France, and I had the opportunity to have an interview on the for my channel. So the video will be online on the channel in a couple of weeks. It's already there, programmed. Don't worry, it's there already, but you will have access to it in a couple of weeks. And yeah, it was a great moment. You know, the singer is a woman with the name of Auré, and she's so amazing. You know, when you talk to her, she's so sweet. You know, and you see the comparison on the music and on the videos. It's just crazy. You have the impression that it's two different persons, but yeah, she's great. She's a great human being, as well as the drummer Butch, who I interviewed as well, was there during the interview. Such a great guy. Yeah, it was a great moment. And why number 9? Because it's, as I said, it's really difficult this month to rank the albums, because there were so many great stuff. And I gotta say that I think it's my first pure death metal album that appears on a monthly ranking, because as you know, pure death metal is not really my cup of tea usually, but this album is so great. The musicianship on this album is so great. The production is great. Everything is great about the album. And what you have to know is that this album, each track has a theme of, you know, based on serial killers worldwide. So each track represents a story, tells a story about a serial killer or serial killers on each track. So yeah, it's a concept album, and this album is really great. So don't miss it. Even if you're not really keen on 100% death metal like I am, so honestly, you have to listen to it. So it's so great, you can't miss it. So it's Akevel with this album. It's crazy. It's crazy. So let's move on to number 8. This is The Stranger, an Australian progressive metal band with the album Kaleidoscope. Number 8. Why? Because it's prog. You know, prog is my first love in the heavy metal universe, and yeah, I had definitely to put one album of progressive metal in this ranking, and this is the only progressive that can be discussed. But let's say 100 progressive metal album, this is the only piece for this ranking. So they are Australians, the name is The Stranger, and the album name is Kaleidoscope. It's 9 tracks for 48 minutes. You have great riffs, you have a lot of synth, so if you don't like synth in the music, maybe it's not gonna be for you. So yeah, but the riffs are amazing, the voice of the singer, you know, the vocals are great. So yeah, definitely if you're looking for one progressive, 100% progressive metal album for April, this is the one I recommend. Okay, let's go. Number 7. Germany, this time with the doom metal band Wheel, not to be mixed up with the previous month progressive band Wheel. It's totally different. This time it's doom metal a la Black Sabbath, you know. We can say that, you know, if you like the music of Black Sabbath, you will probably love this band Wheel. So they are German. It's their new album Preserved in Time. Yeah, it's 48 minutes long, you know. There's like 7 or 8 tracks, and easy listening, you know. It's really accessible music, and it's so great. The vocals are great, the bass is great on this album, the drums are great. Yeah, it's a little bit softer of an album, but yeah, it had for me its spot so high in this ranking, because I have to confess that I played it you know, a multiple number of times already, and I'm not gonna stop it there. So it's Wheel with the album Preserved in Time. Number 6. The 6th spot, we stay in Germany with the band called The Circle and their debut album, Metamorphosis. It's an album composed of 4 tracks, which lengths are from 6 to 8 minutes. You know, it tells a story about the state of mind of the human being with fear, you know, despair, things like that. Great compositions. I interviewed as well the singer, the main person of that band, being Stanley, who you can see appearing in the video. It's him. I talked with, and the guy. Hold on, the guy is 22 years old. Can you imagine that? And he's great. He's really a great human being as well. I had a chat with him for nearly 40 minutes this past week. The video of the interview is coming up the week after, the next Tuesday actually on the channel. It's recorded already. And you have to know that Asim Seara is putting his voice, his growls on this album. Asim Seara, if you don't know him, is a guitarist from the band Winterson. Yeah, it's him who growls all over this album, and yeah, it's a great stuff. You know, they consider their music as art metal, but let's say it's like a progressive, death, black metal. You have a difference of elements there, and that's why I really love it. Why only the 6th spot is because it's short. It's like 28 minutes. If there was maybe like a couple of tracks more, you know, on this album, there were really big chances that it would end up on the podium for this month. But yeah, the only thing that retains me to put it higher is because it's really short. It's 28 minutes. But on the other hand, 28 minutes, so it's easy to play it and to repeat again and again because it's really short. And believe me, these guys are really talented. And yeah, don't miss the video of the interview of the band. So next Tuesday on the channel. So next Tuesday will be the 11th of May. Yeah, it will be online on the channel at that time. Okay, so let's go. Number 5. to UK now with a metalcore band whose name is Devil Sold His Soul with the album Loss. So it's metalcore, it's 10 tracks, it's a long album, it's 1 hour and 1 minute, but God, it's really great. It makes you move from a state of mind to another, you know, constantly during the tracks, even in the same tracks. The vocals are so great, as you've seen in this video clip. This is the track Burdened, you know, and it's 6 or 7 minutes long, and you can tell, you know, the differences between the different voices is just purely amazing, and all the album is great. So the title of the album is Lost because the band has composed these tracks, you know, after having lost close human beings to them, and this album talks basically about the loss of beloved human beings. So yeah, it's really great. You can feel, you know, listening to this music, you can feel, you know, the despair, you know, the sadness of the members of the team, you know, and yeah, everything is great about this album. The vocals, the lyrics, you know, the instruments are great as well, compositions are great. So really don't miss this album, even if you don't really care about metalcore. I don't consider myself as a fan of metalcore in the origins, but yeah, this album has really grown on me as well, and it had to have to be at the 5th spot of this video, of this ranking. Moving on to number 4. Dread March of Solemn Gods is the new album from UK-based band, black metal band Ninkarsag. What can I say? Did you see this? Do you see this artwork? Amazing artwork. Honestly, when I saw this artwork, I was sure, 200% sure that this band was from Scandinavia, because it reminds me a lot of great album covers, you know, from famous long-term black metal bands from Scandinavia, such as, I don't know, Immortal, maybe Emperor, you know, things like that. But no, they are English, they are from the UK, and Ninkarsag is the name of the band. The Dread March of the Solemn Gods is just pure madness. It's 9 tracks, 41 minutes, easy listening, you know, and you have atmospheric parts as well, and it's a really, it's the best black metal album for me this month. It just released this past Friday, the 30th of April, but God, I already loved it since directly loved it since the first listen. It's just a pure madness. So this is number 4, Ninkarsag with the Dread Gods, the March of the Dread March of the Solemn Gods. God, it's a tough title. Okay, we are there now for the podium, the 3 best albums of the month. Are you ready? Because great stuff is coming. Norwegian band Vride are back with a new album with the title Wild Northwest. You know, see the vinyl here that I just received. This is great. I just said previously that Ninka Sag was my favorite black album of the month, but because to me, this one is not really 100% black metal. It's maybe mixed with some speed metal like Bewitcher. Maybe I could compare it to Bewitcher. So to me, it's black metal, but not 100% black metal. So yeah, that was a little clarification here. The album is great. Wild Northwest. What can I say about this album? It's 8 tracks. You have these amazing riffs, you know, that stick into your head, and you can't help, you know, whistling them all over and over again while listening to the songs. It's super catchy, you know, the vocals are great, and I recommend really, if you are like me, a vinyl nerd, I recommend you have this beautiful piece in your collection if you like the music, because it's really a great piece of a vinyl, and it comes with this superb booklet here in the vinyl, and you can find nice illustrations and the lyrics of the songs, obviously, and look at that. It's really a beautiful vinyl. You know, I'm so happy it joined my collection. It's a gem. Honestly, this album, I played it already a huge number of times. Yeah, I can't help. It's great. It's great. And this is my number 3 of this month. Yeah, I could have maybe put it higher, but let's check it out. The 2 next one. Going up with number 2. I bring you in Italy now with the band Omega and the album Nebra. This was supposed to be my number 1 of the month, because honestly, when I heard it directly for the first time, I said, what is this for music? You know, it's crazy. You have a mix of black metal, you have a mix of atmospheric black metal, you have some death metal elements, you have some progressive elements. You never know what can happen to you, you know, in the next seconds for each track of the album. The album is composed of 4 tracks of 13 minutes each. So it's an album of 54 minutes, more or less. It's honestly a crazy record, because when you listen to it, each song, you have the impression, you know, to be walking, you know, to be wandering in a labyrinth or something, you know, maybe in Inferno or something, and you never know what creature, what element, what event is gonna happen to you, because yeah, it's an adventure. Honestly, this album is an adventure. When you listen to it, it's just crazy. So it's a band from Italy, Omega, and honestly, don't miss this piece of an album because it's just crazy. Unfortunately, no vinyl release at the moment, so I contacted the band. I'm still waiting for an answer at the moment I speak from them regarding, you know, if there will be a vinyl or not. But yeah, I'm just so frustrated that I can't have the vinyl on that one, because it's just madness, pure madness. And it was supposed to be my number one, but something happened this past Friday, April 30th, that really blew my mind, you know, and yeah, just this is my number one of the month is coming up next. So Garth, please, can I have a drum roll? First time ever on my channel that I put a French band as number one on a monthly ranking. It's obviously Gojira with their the 7th release, the 7th LP, Fortitude. And what can I say about this album? That it caught me by surprise. You know, I didn't expect it that from this band. Not that I'm not, you know, denying their talent, obviously, on the previous records, but it has never been, you know, one of the bands that I followed, you know, in the previous years. But God, I am definitely gonna be following this band from now on, because this album is just a bomb, a pure bomb. It's 11 tracks. It's close to an hour of great music. Yeah, they took this direction maybe a little more, let's not say commercial, but like more accessible. This is the word I'm gonna employ here. It's more accessible music now with their sound. It's really the kind of band that now I want to definitely see them live on stage, you know, and be there in the crowd and whistling and singing along on the chorus of the tracks, you know, because this album is just crazy. Just the first part of the album with the 3 first songs, you know, and this Amazonia stuff, you know, Amazonia track, the second track of the album is just a pure madness. And yeah, the third track, Another World, is just crazy as well. And all the album is great. The grind, the closing track of the album, The Ground, is just crazy. Perfect way to end up the album. Yeah, what can I say more? You know, Gojira just blew my mind away with this Fortitude album. It's my number one pick of April, and I didn't expect that at all, but I'm so glad I ordered the vinyl, because the vinyl, I'm gonna receive it this Monday. So tomorrow, from the moment I'm recording my video tomorrow, I know that the postman will be bringing me that vinyl, you know, to my door tomorrow. So I'm just happy, and I can't wait to put my hands on it and listen it on vinyl, because vinyl sound is always better for me. But yeah, it's a great album. So Gojira with Fortitude is my number one of April 2021, and if I really highly recommend you listen to this piece, because it's really accessible. It's heavy at times, you know. It's more like chanty at times, you know, catchy, super catchy riffs. The drums What can I say about the drums of this album? They are just crazy drum work on this album. Joe's vocals are amazing. The lyrics, the lyrics are just about the environment, people who have to care about planet Earth, and yeah, you see that it's a band that is really highly engaged, in the battle for preserving planet Earth, and you can see that it's really great human beings as well, and really they deserve the #1 spot of my monthly ranking video for April 2021. So now it's time for you. My job is done here for this month on the biggest stage on the channel for the month is done. So now I'm waiting for your comments. Please don't hesitate to put down below your top 5 albums, top 10, whatever. Tell me what you think about my ranking. Do you more or less accept or agree with this ranking? And don't forget to share. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would really love to get to 200 subscribers by the month of September. So please, if it's not done yet, and if you watch my videos regularly, and if you like the content of my videos, please support the artist, behind the channel. And I would really send you all my love from Belgium. But until next time, I wish you a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, a great night, whatever, and I will see you in a next video soon. Ciao, guys!
I am your father.